Music Talk Monday. We back.
Locker Room ENT.
Welcome back to Music Talk Monday. Hey yo, this is gonna be a wild one. Last week, Ali Vegas and Doggy Diamond showed y'all what's going on when they approach you, how they approach you, you feel me? So it's other things that come along with that, getting invited to the mansion parties, seeing all the little freaky stuff that be going on, you feel me? Oh my God. But this right here, I'm showing you how they approach you. This is just Hollywood, period, okay? So looking at this clip that you're going to see, this is how it really happens. And when you have to give up things, you know what I mean, stuff like that. And also, when you keep watching, look at what Diddy's participating in on this film, you know what I'm saying, on this clip. Wow. Like, it all starts to make sense on how all of them are in this together. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, like, you want a record deal? Go get a record deal. But at the end of the day, it's like, you want to go through all the trials and tribulations. You want to go through everything. I'm building the V files up for y'all. So that way, you know what I'm saying, if you're not showing something, you know what I mean, tap in. The information is here. That's why I have it. The information is here. Check the V files, the villain files, you know what I'm saying? Because listen, man, it don't make no sense. Like, it's too much information out here right now for people to still go about their lives as if, you know, they didn't know this information or have the information. So the information that I'm bringing to you, I'm showing you the dark side of the industry. I'm anti-industry, yo. That's just what it is, yo. Shout out to everybody in the underground. Peace to Ronnie and man, you know what I'm saying? Also check out Taylor B Numeralytics, I'm sorry. And also don't forget to check out Born Divine radio station, radio show. I'm sorry. Check out Born Divine's radio show every Sunday on Wu-Tang Radio, Voice of the Streets. Wu-Tang Radio, Voice of the Streets, Born Divine. Check them out, man. Shit is nostalgic, you know what I mean? But at the same time, Prodigy told y'all what was going on. So then, you know what I mean, I had to come back down with a little Ali Vegas and his experience and how he telling you he ain't wanted that bad, you know what I'm saying? He ain't want to deal with the deal. You feel me? So he gives you a great example. That was last week, but this week, when this drop, you know what I'm saying, hey, like, listen, man, you know, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, send this out, yo. You know what I'm saying? Send the V files out, you feel me? You know what I mean? Leave comments down at the bottom because I'm showing y'all what goes on. You feel me? I got enough knowledge to know what goes on, so I'm showing you what goes on because it's not a myth anymore. We all know that things are going on. Listen to, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with them files, you feel me? Them files, y'all understand what I'm saying? Those files. At the end of the day, this clip right here, man, listen, man, leave a comment at the bottom, man. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna talk y'all head off. Y'all know what it is. Shouts out at the end, you know what I'm saying? Peace to all the villains. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yo, holla at your boy. Let the clip fly.
You do if you were approached by a powerful shadowy group with a life-changing offer. Join them and they will make you the next biggest star. But there's a catch. The initiation comes at a steep price that frankly, most aren't willing to pay. For you to receive the world, they must first receive the soul of a loved one. Now ask yourself, is that a deal you're willing to make? I know I wouldn't, but in Late Night with the Devil, that was an offer Jack Delroy couldn't refuse, as he does the unthinkable to become the top name in late night TV. While something like this only seems possible in a movie, I can assure you, the real-life inspirations behind this movie, including the secret gatherings at the Real World Grove, are even more unbelievable. Today, we will be decoding Late Night with the Devil to show how it completely exposed Hollywood. By the end of this episode, you will never see Hollywood the same again. Late Night with the Devil follows Jack Delroy, host of late night talk show Night Owls, who is returning after the tragic death of his wife. With his ratings tanking, Jack is willing to do anything to stay on top, a desperate move that many claim is the reality for those climbing the Hollywood ladder. He stages a Halloween special featuring a psychic, a skeptic, and a parapsychologist with her 13-year-old patient who survived a satanic cult. This cult worshipped a demon called Abraxas, a deity the parapsychologist claims the little girl is possessed by. Now make sure you remember that name because its real-world history is exactly why this movie is so deep, and we will be getting more into it later. The show takes a dark turn when the psychic starts projectile vomiting a black substance and dies. But things only get worse when the possessed girl tells Jack they've met before under the tall trees.
We go way back. We met amongst the tall trees.
For anyone who knows about the real-world grove in the California redwoods, that phrase is a direct Easter egg confirming what this movie is truly about. The film ends in pure chaos. In the most memorable scene of the movie, the demon takes over the little girl. Her head splits in half and glowing lava shoots out the top before she begins attacking everyone. Out of nowhere, Jack is suddenly transported to a nightmarish version of the show. This is where the movie stops being a story and starts becoming an expose. Jack didn't just stumble into this. It's revealed that Jack joined the grove during a ceremony where he made a deal with the devil under the tall trees. He agreed to sacrifice his wife's soul in exchange for fame and ratings. In a final horrific moment of manipulation, Jack thinks he's ending his wife's suffering with a ritual dagger, only to realize he eliminated the young girl on live television. Now, while this might seem only believable in a movie world, you will be surprised at just how much this film got right and how closely it mirrors reality. From the night owl symbolism to the secret society at the Grove, from the deals for fame to the heavy sacrifices attached to them, this wasn't just a movie, it was a glimpse at the hidden mechanics of Hollywood. We are going to decode it all right now, so make sure you stay to the very end because this one gets deep. While Late Night with the Devil seems like just another horror movie, it plays out more like a representation of the hidden price to reach the 1% circle in Hollywood. Jack wants ultimate success, so through his industry connections, he gains entry into an exclusive high-level organization known as the Grove. Many of you are likely aware that this is a direct parallel to a real-world elite gathering at the Bohemian Grove yearly retreat. Just like in the film, the real-life counterpart is a private assembly for the world's most influential figures, including top-tier politicians and global power brokers. In the movie, we see members participating in rituals surrounding a massive owl monument, the exact same imagery found at the actual site. In this movie, Jack undergoes a ceremony where he agrees to trade what he loves most, his wife, for a seat at a 1% table. This mirrors the long-standing theories about the yearly cremation of care ceremony held at the real-world site. They even conclude their gatherings with a symbolic ritual in the forest before the same giant owl effigy. I've actually interviewed the person who filmed the real ceremony and it's truly eerie. I'll have that interview linked in the description for you to check out after this one. What's interesting is that this owl effigy from the movie is widely seen as another representation of the old gods like Baal, who demanded life offerings for financial blessings. In the story, Jack aligns himself with the Grove because he realizes certain doors only open if you're a part of this inner circle. He is taken to the Grove by studio leaders who have the power to keep his ratings high, suggesting this is how studio heads initiate those into the Brotherhood of Hollywood. This perfectly reflects the speculation that these private meetings are where the world's next major leaders are actually chosen, an idea that gains a lot of weight when you see how many past heads of state have been documented attendees. The movie is telling us that the road to elite status in Hollywood isn't dependent on talent and luck. It's dependent on secret brotherhoods, strange ceremonies, and pricey sacrifices. To make it in those circles, you have to be chosen. But the Grove isn't the only hidden in plain sight detail this movie got right. In the show, Jack is a big late night TV show host. To me, he instantly reminded me of the Jimmys of the late night talk shows. Not only does the actor seem to look like them, but I believe his name, Jack, is supposed to be a play on Jimmy. But besides sort of looking like them, he has more similarities than you're likely aware of. Jimmy Kimmel is one of the biggest names in late night talk shows. His show has had 24 successful seasons, airing since 2006. Jimmy Kimmel is the pinnacle of late night success, the exact level Jack Delroy was willing to do anything to reach. But the comparisons go deeper than just their careers. When you look at where the Jimmy Kimmel Live show is actually produced, things get interesting. It's filmed inside a historic Masonic lodge in Hollywood. This means one of the most influential platforms in media, is hosted directly inside the headquarters of an organization known for its private ceremonies and inner circle memberships. If we listen to what this movie is telling us, reaching that elite status isn't about luck and talent, it's about being chosen by the order. Kimmel literally hosts his show out of a secret organization's headquarters. Kimmel has a recurring bit titled "We're Going to Hell," where he and other A-list celebrities sing about their eternal fate.
Has anyone here ever actually been to hell?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone?
Of course, yeah.
What's it like?
What? Hell's terrible, Jimmy. Really, it's gluten everywhere.
Oh,
And,
no.
yeah, they have bowls of Advil instead of M&M's. Yeah.
And they have dial-up internet.
Oh, no. Team 4?
The slower.
Wow, that is terrible. But if it's so bad, why did you all go there?
Well, Jimmy, hell is where our agents make our deals with the devil.
Oh, that explains.
While it's framed as comedy, you have to wonder if it's another instance of Hollywood revealing the truth in comedy. Is this their way of admitting to the same kind of deal Jack made in the movie? Now, the real-world similarities don't end there. In the movie, it is said that the little girl is possessed by an entity called Abraxas. While this might seem like a made-up name for the movie, in reality, this is influenced by a real entity worshipped in occult circles. And once you see how this name connects to some of the most powerful organizations in history, the true message of this film becomes undeniable. Abraxas isn't just a name pulled from a horoscope. It is a term with roots stretching back to ancient Gnosticism. Gnosticism is an ancient religion that is credited with inspiring much of what the occult teaches today. In these ancient traditions, Abraxas was often depicted as a supreme being or deity that represented both the light and dark, the god and the devil wrapped into one. This perfectly mirrors Jack's journey in the film, where his light, his public success and fame, is fueled by a very literal dark pact. But why would a movie about Hollywood choose a specific deity? This is where it gets deep. If you look into the literature of high-level secret organizations, the name Abraxas appears frequently. Influential figures in Masonic history, such as Albert Pike, have discussed the symbolism of Abraxas in their writing. To these groups, Abraxas often represents the higher being that is associated with the balance of opposing forces, a concept that is central to many inner circle rituals. This name wasn't just randomly chosen. By using this name, the filmmakers are signaling to the audience that the code in the movie isn't just a random group of villains. It's a representation of real-world orders that have existed for centuries. The symbols of these organizations are everywhere in this movie. Like I previously mentioned, the owl is a primary symbol for many of these elite circles. It represents wisdom and the ability to see in the dark, a direct reference to seeing what the masses cannot. In the movie, they make it clear that this owl was the power behind Jack's career. You likely noticed the owl right in the show's logo. It's a clear signal that this organization is the silent partner behind the success. But it goes even further. The leader of the cult is clearly modeled after the real-life leader of the Church of Satan, Anton LaVey. By connecting the secret organization at the Grove to this cult, the movie is telling us that these different inner circles are all branches of the same tree. Which brings us to the most interesting part of the movie, the moment Abraxas came to collect Jack's soul. In the film, it's never explicitly explained why the ritual went so horribly wrong, but I have a deep theory that changes everything. Jack was supposed to offer up a soul he truly loved, but as the story unfolds, we realize Jack may have been trying to cheat the system. It suggested Jack was actually having an affair with the parapsychologist, meaning he tried to offload his wife's soul to the entity to keep his own life and his new love. He essentially tried to trick a deity into accepting an invalid sacrifice. This is why Abraxas doesn't just take the wife, it possesses the girl, eliminates the mistress, and forces Jack into the ultimate act of destruction. Jack is tricked into completing the offering himself, using the ceremonial dagger on live television. This is essentially confirmed by the final Easter egg in the film, the end transmission text at the bottom of the screen that suddenly shifts to "so it is done." This is a direct reference to "so mote it be," a historic Masonic phrase that's used at the end of rituals to seal a decree. Abraxas came for Jack because he tried to cheat the deal, and in the end, the entity didn't just take a soul. It took Jack's entire legacy. So what's the ultimate message of Late Night with the Devil? I believe it's telling us that the road to elite status in Hollywood isn't dependent on talent or luck. It's dependent on secret brotherhoods, strange ceremonies, and pricey sacrifices. To make it in those circles, you have to be chosen. Jack Delroy thought he could make a deal and keep his love, but as we saw, once you sign that contract under the tall trees, the debt is always collected. This movie isn't just a horror flick, it's a representation of the hidden price to reach that 1% circle in Hollywood. From the real secret lodges where these shows are filmed, to the symbols hidden in the movie, the truth is closer than we think. The next time you turn on a late night show and see those familiar symbols, remember Jack Delroy, remember the Grove, and most importantly, remember what price they possibly had to pay to get there. This is just my interpretation of the film. Maybe all the coincidences are just that, coincidences. But you can't deny that all the arrows are pointing at this being our reality. One last thing that I found quite interesting is that a man I have been talking a lot about lately, Stephen King, actually called this one of the best horror movies ever. That stood out to me because King seems to be another man telling fictional stories that seem to reveal real-life darkness. If you're interested in finding out the hidden message Stephen King hid in The Shining and in Dr. Sleep about what the elite are truly after, make sure to watch this video right now. And if you like unfiltered truth the mainstream media would never tell you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to join the truth movement.
All right, we're about to get into these shout outs. You feel me? Jay Watts was good. Daily Vision, Locker Room ENT, BMG was good. Bag Life, yo, Born Divine, Indie Boom, Wu-Tang Management, Protect Your Neck Records, DJ DC Hollywood, Rest in Power, my guy. Bag Life Dynasty, Sonia Davis, Taylor BTV was good, Queen. Baltimore, Tia Tuesdays, Bag Life Shirts, Aville was good, fam. Jimmy Mills was good, fam. Kick Across was good. My man Danny, AOT was good. Nick Soprano was good. Randall Iron Temple was good, fam. Neef, Coda, holla at me. DJ Main, DJ Frank Cola, Wisdom Beats, Sean Torre, Colada, Dr. Dunny, Balti Mega, Singar Superior, Young Damo, Mr. Diesel Fuel TV, Street Legal Entertainment, All the Villains, Amon, Ricky Jacobs, GQ was good. Shouts out. Peace to everybody, you feel me? Hey, yo, we gotta keep it moving, protect the gate, we gotta gatekeep all that, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the villains once again, we out.
Bag Life Villains, nigga.